to the Podtag Podcast. It's your boy Andre, Patrick, and Coop.
I knew that was gonna mess you up. I was waiting for it.
We're here to talk about anime gaming news. No, Pat messed me up.
Whose
Pat messed
name
me
did
up.
you want to say?
Anil.
I
wanted to say Anil.
Patrick.
Because I was gonna say like I had Andre, I had you loaded up. It was Patrick that got me because I was like Anil initially was in my mind.
I was like, I just heard a screw up.
You know what? It's okay. It's a good way to start it out. You know, a little flub here and there is always good. But we're back for another week of stupidity. You boys here to talk about anime and gaming news as per the jingle.
That's per the jingle.
Per the jingle.
As per the jingle.
Yes, sir.
We got fun solo leveling stuff. Amazing Sakamoto Days stuff. Like one of the best animes airing right now.
Pass.
And we got some Assassin's Creed Shadow stuff, which we were just talking about pretty recently. I don't know. Did you guys want to start with that? You guys want to go straight into that and just get into it?
No. We'll keep it the same as usual. Same
So
recipe.
Pat here
Anime.
bit the bullet for
he wants to get right into this solo
Pat
episode.
bit the bullet for the team and played the game.
He did.
He has some thoughts about it.
He does. You'll
I
hear those
refunded
thoughts.
it, but I'm waiting for a sale.
You'll hear about these thoughts at the end. So if you want to know a little bit more, but we'll probably hop into Sakamoto Days right off rip. But how are you guys' weeks though?
Yeah, just this one.
chilling?
Yeah, just like not much.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, what like I'm trying to think of like what
I
exponentially happened that
So me and Jane got pizza. We went to this pizza joint. They invited us out.
Give me a second. Who asked?
Hold on.
wait.
Hold on. We went Monday, right? Got the pizza. I ate pizza Monday. Nobody ate the pizza. We got 3 pizzas, 1 deep dish, 2 regular.
Did you have pizza
until
all week?
Till Thursday.
That's
Thursday.
I was
That's gross.
dying.
Look.
I felt so shit.
Gun to my head, burger or pizza all the way. But like Monday, like to
I
hit
agree.
it back to back is gross.
4
It's-
days.
It's so brutal.
Was that at least warm when you eat it?
Well, yeah, no, I would take
Okay.
it. I would air fry it.
Okay.
I'd throw it in the
I
air
eat my
fryer.
pizza
Because if you
cold,
hit cold
so-
pizza 3 days in a row, I'd be like, you're a sociopath.
You're deep. You're unfriended. You're restricted. You're muted. You ain't talking to me anymore.
Restraining order.
Okay, yeah. Stay away.
Uh,
But yeah, that was kind of my week, was just pizza. What about you, Pat?
nothing too different. Work.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft. Monster Hunter Wilds.
Same for you.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, I did get a new pair of shoes for my cardio, which I'm sure you guys
What'd you get?
know. I got the Hokas.
Hokas, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard really good things about these. Yeah.
I was
Hokas?
huh?
What are Hokas?
They're like the new trend, almost a new trendy runner that like everyone's wearing.
Like now that I've said it, you will probably see a pair.
You'll
today.
see. No, you can't. The thing is, their logo is just their letters Hoka.
Hokas.
HOKA on the side.
Yeah.
Or with the S? Is it S at the end?
Yeah, Hokas.
Yeah. So it's just literally written on the side of the shoe.
There's
in
only
big, bold
one
letters.
new pair of shoes I want. It's the Nike Recovery.
Don't. Why are you going Nike for runners?
No, it's not.
Let's be real.
It's not runners. It's it's kind of like
are they?
Like an orthopedic shoe.
No, not at all. It's like what's that? The slippers that Sheldon hates.
Crocs.
Crocs. It's like Crocs. It's Nike
Oh.
Crocs.
Oh,
Oh, weird.
you're disgusting.
But yeah, so I went into Sport Check and I was like, hey, I'm looking for a good shoe to say if I want to hit the treadmill or like a track, and then I want a shoe that I can also wear. Excuse me, say if I'm like at work and I'm standing. And homie hit me with the Hokas.
The Hokas.
He hit me with a pair of New Balances, and then he hit me with a Nike Pegasus.
Yeah. See the Nike? No, I don't like the Nike.
Pegasi.
I don't like. No, it's Pegasus. You're all right.
Past tense. What are we talking
the
about?
Pegasus is it's such a thin, like hard sole. It doesn't have as much bounce. The Hokas, for example, have like a 1-inch sole on it.
Yeah. So
They're
then,
huge.
I'm like, okay, so I have 3 shoes. Cool. I'm like, what if I wanted to wear them, say, for like an 8-hour shift? And he's like, okay. So then we took out the Nike. We took out the New Balance one. So it was just the Nikes and the Hokas. And I was like, all right, I'm like, transparent. I'm like, if you were to buy either of these, which ones
Hokas.
would you buy? And he's like, best bang for your buck every day, not the gym, but for cardio and just standing all
Hokas.
day. I was like, yeah. He's like, Hokas.
Yeah, I've heard like a lot of people, even nurses are like, a lot of nurses are wearing Hokas.
Yeah. So when I brought them home, Candace goes, he's like, I'm pretty sure like I've seen doctors wear these shoes. And even like when I post them on my stories, I have like friends who are nurses and stuff, and they're like, these live in them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
very
exactly.
orthopedic.
Yeah.
And like you said, like I put them on and I swear to God, I'm taller.
Yeah, because they're 1-inch soles.
But
dude.
yeah,
Did
but
you
like
watch
How
they
much
are,
were they?
huh?
How much were they?
150.
Yeah, they're apparently
I was like
like
that.
the new.
Yeah, and
the new,
the
new. Yeah, really, they are.
and the Nikes were like 180. And I was like, because you've talked about them, and I was like, oh, I've heard good things about them.
Which ones?
The Nike Pegasus.
Pegasus? No, I never said that. Don't blasphemy on me. I don't
did
like
you
the
not?
Pegasus. No, because they're a thin,
my
like
God, who
1-inch
did
sole
that?
that's hard as hell, and I don't like them. I don't think the cushion on them is good.
Okay.
I don't think any of the
Long
Nike
story
runners
short,
are good.
The I guess the pain that I had from like doing a long cardio session in my like knees and everything, and not with age, but I learned it was my old shoes, because I've done 3 cardio 1-hour sessions on the treadmill with these shoes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, of course. It's a big thing is shoes. I've always said this.
I knew it was shoes, but now that I've like made the switch, I'm like, it was definitely the shoes.
Yeah, now you understand why I have so many different pairs of shoes. I have like 30 different pairs of shoes because I find the ones that are most comfortable, and I'll wear those on a daily. And then I'll have my uncomfortable shoes, which are like my go out and wear them nice shoes.
Yeah.
But I'm always wearing comfortable
Yeah,
stuff.
but I swear you're probably gonna see them.
We will see the Hokas. We will see the Hokas soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's jump into some anime.
It almost became a goddamn shoe review, man.
Talk about our
Jesus
weeks,
Christ.
bro. It was
I went into it.
That wasn't a week. I was about a shoe for a week.
yeah.
I went
Talk
into it.
about
My
shoes.
bad.
What's wrong with shoes, huh? We're shoe talk now. That's all we do.
Shut up.
We got some fun stuff. Let's talk about Sakamoto Days. Yay!
What happened in the first half that I missed? Did you guys
The
paying
gambling,
attention?
the gambling ensued.
Oh,
Yes, it was the
Did they
start
win?
of the casino episode. So this
It
was,
was a
like
tie.
Wu-Tang was already winning all the big bucks. He had already tripled his money, and we have Shin, Sakamoto, and Lu talking about how they're gonna do this and kind of deliberating. Should we split this? Like,
Yeah.
How are we gonna do this?
Shin did his thing. Sakamoto did his thing.
And
they both
yeah.
won their pots.
Yep.
They brought it
And
all together, and then
Sakamoto flicked. He cheated. He did. For
they,
sure cheat.
they did cheat. They
I
cheated.
mean, Shin is mind reading cheating. Why?
If you don't get caught, it's not.
See, that's the whole thing.
That's
right
so
there.
toxic.
If you're doing it to not get caught, you're cheating.
No.
If it's sus, you're cheating.
But it's
if you're straight up and like, hey, I have mind reading abilities, and people are like, go ahead and read it, that's fine. But if they're like, no, you can't, that's also an invasion of your privacy.
Boom! Fact check by Sheldon.
This is
If you don't get
a
caught-
quarrel here.
If you don't get caught, it's not illegal.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's
Yeah,
cheating.
exactly. If you don't get caught, it's not legal.
Because what if
Illegal. I said
somebody's-
illegal.
If you what? It's a natural ability, right? Obviously.
No, it's not. It was manufactured into him.
Oh yeah, it was manufactured.
Yeah, it was. It was.
No, yeah, you are right. You're right. Okay, you know what? You win because of that. I forgot about that.
Even
that
if
whole
it
reason.
was natural, it's still not.
I
It's
don't
not an
know.
okay. Would
It-
you be okay with me invading your mind 24/7?
Okay, wait.
Yeah, but all he would
Would you
think
survive
about
in there?
is shit.
Probably not. But
you
still.
would die. He would come out screaming, blood curdling from his eyes.
I don't know. I feel like Anil would be the worst one, to be honest.
Anil's mind
No,
would
you'd
make
hate me
you
because
scream.
if I knew, I'd torment you.
Oh.
That'd be the problem.
So
You just
so then you would have a problem with it.
what?
That if you found out that I was,
Oh, I'm not saying is it
because you just said you'd torment me if you knew,
Oh no, yeah.
which means you would have a problem with it.
No, I would just want to mess with you. I have a problem with somebody meeting. No. The quarrel of us thinking about if you can mind read it, it is an invasion of your privacy. No, I don't disagree on that. My thing was, is it cheating?
Yes,
in
it's
poker?
100% cheating because you can see what they see.
No, but if it's a natural ability,
It's like having a person behind that
what if you
person
could see
and
really
giving
well
signals.
and you could like glance across? See, some people don't have
Can
good
you see
eyesight.
really
That's a
well?
natural ability, right?
What?
to see really well.
How would you see
Maybe
a person's
you see
cards?
off like a reflection or something.
A reflection of what?
I don't know.
To see, that doesn't make sense.
See, this is what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make the argument that it's a natural
yeah, but
ability.
your argument at this point is moot because you're not even giving an example of what a person can look off of. Like if it was sunglasses or glasses, it'd be different.
I got him on the ropes. No, I'm just playing. No, this is a dumb argument. Let's move on. Yes, so Shin does the mind reading and gets a bunch of money. Sakamoto.
What we
throws a poker
thought
chip
was gonna happen
and
just
wins.
happened.
Yeah, exactly. And then they say, let's play a game against each other.
Yeah, so
Correct?
they all meet and they have the exact same pots, and
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Well, now what do we do?"
Yeah, and so they're like, okay, let's play a game then, us versus you. And so Wu-Tang and all of them sit down and they play a game. I think they called
It's
it
like
Old Maid.
Like
but
similar to bullshit.
yeah,
Yeah,
similar
it's like
to,
the equivalent of
cheat,
like that.
like yeah, BS. Like yeah, that is similar to that. We don't exactly know what it was. We're just we didn't care honestly because this show is bad. But they start playing against each other, and so Shin goes back and forth. Wu-Tang's doing his thing. Shin's like, "Oh, I'm gonna mind read you." Lu's giving up the whole game because she's like crying every time Wu-Tang's looking at her cards, and then it gets down to the last two. Sakamoto versus
Shin,
Wu-Tang.
well, yeah, Shin goes to grab a card, and basically, I guess Wu-Tang guy
yeah.
like knows he can read minds,
Yeah,
or like,
so-
or
right.
like in his mind, he's like, there's three versions. There's like the verb. I don't fucking even.
There was the
like,
conscious, the subconscious, and the nonverbal conscious. And what he did was he said exactly what Sheldon said: math domain expansion, and just blew Shin's mind. Infinite math, and Shin died.
Thank you. That's literally the best way to explain.
That's the best way to explain it because
Yeah.
it's more interesting than what actually happened.
Yeah. So Shin's like, I'm gonna read your mind, and homie's like, are you?
Yeah,
And then hit him. Yeah, literally, and then hit him with
he threw down
math.
a reverse.
Yeah,
card.
math domain. Shin basically overheated.
Yeah, and died. And then it was
It got down to
Sakamoto and Wu-Tang, and then Wu-Tang's like, oh, I could see the way that you slightly glanced towards this card. I'm gonna grab it. So he's trying to grab it, and Sakamoto's like, just pinches it, and he's like, nah.
his grip strength is
Nah,
ridiculous.
And so Wu-Tang goes like this, and then quickly Sakamoto switches it. I don't know
Yeah.
how you would even do that if you have full grip strength.
Sleight
on a
of
card.
hand.
If somebody is full grip strengthing, just gripping a card, how do you slide it without it tearing?
I don't know. That was like less than a nanosecond of him swapping that and letting go at the same time.
Same way that when that guy was talking, he looked. At
Yeah,
the
oh,
card.
right. Yeah, because he's just so fast. Oh my god. Yeah, exactly. So that happens, and then Wu-Tang has grabbed the wrong card, and then what ensues is a mutiny. Everyone's like, "Nah, we don't care about you, Wu-Tang. You're weird. Why are you doing things?" This
Yeah,
way?"
so the mafia basically turns on Mr. Wu-Tang, and they're like, "Look, dude, you're weird.
You're weird, dude.
The way you do things is odd.
Yeah,
We came here to fucking gamble,
yeah,
and we're the mafia.
yeah. Like, what the hell are we doing?
Figure it out, or I'm gonna kill you."
Yeah, and so
No, they're like, we can take things by force.
Yeah,
We don't need to do these stupid games.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
we get a flashback of Wu-Tang and Lu because Sakamoto's like, think of the people you love. And then
Back in the day, Lou saved her. They have a friendly moment. La la la.
How did Lou save a grown man?
yes.
It's when they were kids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because Lou knew kung fu.
Yeah.
Trying to say that 10 times faster.
Didn't you read this, Pat?
I don't remember it. It's been so long since I read it.
He wanted us to
But then
watch
it
this
wasn't
show.
that great
I
if you
hate
didn't
I
remember.
hate this when
Well, as soon as the anime was announced, I stopped reading. So I was like,
this that's fair. That's fair. This is yeah. Where do we go? Where were we again?
So back in the day, Lou saved
Right.
him,
Lu saved
and then
him.
he goes, "Oh, I have to use the best weapon I have, my mind."
My mind.
And then he basically goes, "Ha ha! I knew you guys would turn on me. If you shoot me, the guns explode. Get
Yep.
fucked." And then
and then Sakamoto quickly takes them all out.
and then Sakamoto goes, "Cool, that's my
You.
yeah." Head snap, and then
No.
punch,
Hold
fight,
on.
fight.
Hold on. The head snap wasn't a real head snap. Rule number 1: Sakamoto cannot
Can't
kill anybody.
can't kill
Okay,
anyone.
he did not kill anybody. He massaged his neck lightly and put him to bed.
True.
He paralyzed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
In one
fully debilitated the man.
In one fell swoop.
More than one.
His family is not gonna keep him alive on the bed. I'm sorry, he's a vegetable now. There's no point in keeping him alive anymore. He
Yeah.
can't even retain thoughts.
Yeah, so that happened, and then
But he's alive.
True, but just in his mind he is. There's a fight. Lou starts to kick people. Sakamoto does Sakamoto things where he's using the environment. Shin's just out cold still.
Yep.
Shin's still out cold. Still out cold. Pardon me. And then after that, does Wu-Tang leave? No, he
That's a
doesn't.
good question.
Sorry. After that,
Joins the department.
yeah, they skip back to the department store, and he's there
Right.
in an apron.
Yeah.
And then
that's
he basically
Just forces
um,
himself into the store.
Yep. And now
tells
he's-
Mr. Sakamoto of slur and says that there was 4 people murdered in various ways. One had bullet holes or I think just holes in general.
Mhm.
One had their flesh scraped off.
Mhm.
One was crumpled into a ball.
Meatball.
and one was cut up into pieces.
Thank you. Yes, and then
Yeah.
one was dismembered, and then
We have meatball. Sheldon is right.
Wu-Tang is like, we gotta hide XYZ. And then Sakamoto goes, bet we're going after them. And he's like, are you fucking insane? Did you not hear what I just said about these people? And he's like, justice.
Justice.
And that was pretty much the entire stint of that
Yeah.
little scene.
Yep.
We
Correct me if
got
I'm
to
wrong.
we-
Anyone, please.
No,
we
no,
got
you're
to
right.
see what they look like.
We got to see. So then it cuts to
the only one that we know is guaranteed is the meatball guy.
Well,
we don't
yeah.
know what the other 3 do. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's cut.
We can't
cuts
put
to them like the 4 people in a diner right after that,
Yeah.
and those 4 people in the diner. Obviously, we find out those are the people
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
killed them.
Yeah. So the big guy can crumple things.
Yes,
And then we haven't correlated the
other 3.
the murder to a person.
Yes.
So we don't know what they're capable of.
yes. And so, the big dude just picks up a table and defies all physics and just crumples it into a ball as well. So that's how
Sheldon
we know
said.
he's the meatball guy.
Yeah.
And then so we don't know about the other 3, and they get hired by Reindeer Man, who shows up.
And he's like,
Again.
hey, kill these people.
Yeah, and he's like, "Yo, you need to kill these people." And they're like, "Yo,
It won't take a month.
nah, it's not even gonna be a problem, bro. We're gonna kill them so hard.
Easy.
We're gonna kill them so hard."
Yeah.
I understand the 2, but the fatty.
Yeah, yeah. And they call
I
him a
understand
fatty.
too, but the fat.
They call him fatty so much in this show. It is pretty funny. But yeah, so that's kind of where it ends with them heading to take out Sakamoto. How do you guys feel about this great episode?
I'm interested to see
I like how it got quiet there.
which
because y'all really have to think about how bad this is.
I'm interested to kind of see the other 3 and like what powers each has.
Are you?
Powers.
There's like a little part of me that like is curious, like how is this fight gonna correlate?
You know,
It's not going to be a fight. Sakamoto is basically Goku, and
Yep.
he's just going to kill all of them.
That's wild.
you got it.
He'll get Slim and then just nuke him.
That's it. And Lou's gonna do something to mess it up.
She'll cry.
And Shin's gonna have probably the most like back and forth fight where he's gonna be like losing a little bit, and then he's gonna come back, but then he's gonna be losing a little bit, and it's gonna be more of like an even battle. And then we're gonna see Wu-Tang do
Die.
whatever Wu-Tang does. Hopefully die. I don't like his character. I don't like any of the characters.
The
let's
the
be real.
thing that I don't get is the reindeer knows who Sakamoto is. The
Yeah.
#1 hitman in Japan. Why
Yeah.
doesn't he tell that to the
because he doesn't want to scare them.
No, but they would be more interested in trying to fight.
Yeah, because
Maybe you're right.
they are hitmen killers.
Yeah, maybe you're
they're
right.
Yeah,
hitman
so
killers.
we didn't
Maybe
really
you're right.
specify that part.
Well, yeah, that was I give that episode a solid 6 out of 10.
I give it a Z out of 10.
Huh?
Z.
Okay, we're not doing neo pronouns, you fucking libtard.
Meaning he was
Sleep.
sleeping through the whole thing.
No. I'm just messing with you.
I give it 5 meatballs out of 10.
Cool. Yeah, 5, 6. What do you give it, Sheldon? Behind the
About the
camera?
same.
About the same. Yeah. I mean, it's not horrible.
So it's on hiatus now.
No, not on hiatus.
Or
It's
the
core
second
2.
half.
Yeah, second half of
Core
this season.
2.
Of the
Ugh.
first season is coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
July.
Meatballs season 2.
Meatball
Yes.
season.
Meatball
This is
season.
good.
2.
Season 1, part 2.
Yes.
We are not going to be watching past this point.
No.
So this
We
was
are
the
going to-
final episode we have watched of Sakamoto
We
Days.
are going to crumple this.
Oh, you guys don't want to finish it.
Well, no,
I
in
didn't-
July. The thing is, in July we actually have a good lineup. So we actually have
We
real
have a good
shows to
lineup.
watch. Okay, I don't want to watch this garbage anymore. Overall, my feelings on the season were lackluster, as you know.
Patrick, do you ever recommend something like this again? I'll
the
cut you.
Gachikaku. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
The story's good.
I don't know. We said this about Sakamoto.
Well, Anil also backed me up on Sakamoto and Gachi Okuda.
Who?
So, Anil.
Look, if
That's true, he did, but I don't. I guess like the anime isn't
Like,
translating.
if
as to how
either
the
of
This
anime-
is
you-
what I'm saying.
if either of you recommend me something like this again, I'll skin your face and wear it as a mask. Let's get one
I'm
thing
gonna
straight.
crush you guys into meatball. You guys do not understand.
Hello,
Hard
Clarice.
boiled,
Literally.
hard boiled made like I lost 2 years of my life because of hard boiled.
Good,
I
you
swear. I
deserve
was
it.
stressed. It was over. It was too much. It was the
Hard-boiled.
worst thing I've ever watched in my life. And I never want to watch that again.
I'm sure the manga's cool.
The manga is cool. A lot of people said the manga is much better.
Yes.
I would hope to agree because damn, if it's worse than that, I couldn't imagine.
I think the pacing in the anime is really bad.
horrible pacing. Because like I think they're like a lot of these episodes feel like they're stretched so far.
So
like,
what that means is whoever the director is needs to be fired.
dude, a lot of these people need
I
to
was
be fired.
gonna
Let's be
hit
real.
their
The
face and wear
animators, I don't know who
Hello,
animated it,
Reese.
but it's dog awful. Like it's not good. It's a played out, washed version of what like Naruto looked better in 2006. Like.
Mm-hmm.
Than this. I don't understand why we're regressing into these worse forms of animation. Like at this point, if you're worse than a show that came out 20 years ago, how are you even airing? It doesn't make any sense.
Well,
but
I mean, you kind of have to.
Well, it is
That's kind of the
Netflix.
thing they have to look at. It's like sure budgets are a thing, but you've got animes that are coming out like Frieren, Demon Slayer.
100%.
Even though we watch even the new Gundam series that's coming out, like the animation looks weird, like the style is weird. It still looks better than
Yeah.
Sakamoto.
We
And on top of that, it's like, how do you compete with that when you have things like solo leveling?
solo leveling. The next one we're going to talk about. Like, how are you even going to compare? Right. So for me, if I this is a not recommend. How do you guys feel about the same for this season?
For the season? For what?
10 out of 10
What-
would not recommend this trash ass anime. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so slow.
Yeah, it's
The
so
pacing
bad.
is so
Your opinion?
bad. Like, I'm sure it would be more interesting if the pacing wasn't what it was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But whatever direction that they're going, like it's too slow.
Netflix should
Wait,
stop
it's too
doing
slow.
anime.
Like when we watched Solo season 1, like I was just like, for me it wasn't slow. It was just I've seen this before until we
Mm.
got to like the 5th episode. It was like great, but for this, it's like you're not catching my interest, man.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like
At least-
it took 11 episodes for me to get slightly interested in something.
Yeah,
That's a bad sign.
I know.
Yeah.
And not even like the thing is, I'm not even interested anymore. Like slur is something I want to throw away in my mind. I don't even want to remember
Slur
these
is so-
characters.
Slur is something I say.
Yeah, exactly.
Slur isn't something I want to
you
watch.
should say that. You should not say that.
Slurs are what we are about to say
Oh my
about
God.
about the director. So yeah, this show is bad. Let's move on to a much better show.
But yeah,
Solo Leveling.
to answer you, I mean, like, I don't think I'd really recommend. Like, what when this was coming out, the best I heard is that like it was like Spy Family, but like more funny. I wouldn't even say that. I wouldn't even say
Spy
that.
Family has
No.
much better, like happier, funnier moments. It
better
actually captures your
animation,
heart.
better
Yeah,
pacing,
better pacing. I don't
better.
even really. The thing is, the story in Spy Family isn't even like that deep. It's really just
Yeah, it's
surface
not.
level, right? Like it's just fun times. And I still enjoy that story more than this.
Yeah,
Like,
I think the voice acting also goes way above in Spy Family.
yeah,
To
100%.
yeah, because like
Both
we
English
can't-
and dub.
We can't. We
Mhm.
couldn't watch this Sakamoto. We should talk about that. We couldn't watch Sakamoto in English. We couldn't. It was so bad.
Although, like, people will make the argument that, like, oh, you should never, like, all English dub sucks, so it doesn't matter. Like,
No, it doesn't.
realistically.
but
But
it doesn't.
no, it really doesn't. It's like,
like,
Like there's good VAs.
even
and
in the
there's bad
Japanese
VAs.
voiceover, though, it didn't seem that exciting. Like,
It wasn't.
It was better than
Better?
the English,
mm,
but it still wasn't great.
But it wasn't great. It wasn't great.
No.
It
I
wasn't.
can
anything-
name you a dozen
fantastic,
animes
but-
that sound good in English and Japanese that I particularly don't care either or to watch.
Exactly.
There's tons of them.
Exactly. And one of those animes is Solo Leveling.
It's true.
We should get into it. Please. We have a great
he's
episode.
been trying to segue into
I know.
Solo
And
Leveling
I've been,
every
trying to
I've been
time.
cutting
segue.
him off.
so much.
I tried segueing into it last time, and that's why I, mentioned Solo. And
It's
you-
okay. It's okay. We go on a little bit long, but it's okay. Solo Leveling. This is the Jinwoo versus Burasu.
Beru.
Beru.
I couldn't remember.
Well,
if it was Baru
technically
or
he's
Beru.
not named, but not yet.
Yeah.
We know it's Bureau, though.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
know
it
it's
is
Biru. I mean, if you're in the anime community, there's been a million, like, you can't get away from this. This show is blowing up.
There's too many spoilers.
There's,
That's too funny.
well, the thing is, I'm not getting spoiled. The thing is, I'm getting, like, big banners for, like, Jinwoo versus this person, right? And then you're like, Biru. And everyone knows it's Biru.
even on Crunchyroll's website, it's like the final showdown:
with Bureau.
Jinwoo versus Beru.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I'm
Good
like,
exactly.
what
job.
the heck? He's not even named
Good
yet.
job, Crunchyroll, for like dropping
Like-
that.
But it's all good. Hey, look, it doesn't diminish from that at all. To be fair, it still excited me enough. I still wanted to watch it regardless. This was just so good. This episode, let's get right into it. It
Let's
kicks
talk
off.
about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it. It kicks off right where we basically actually just a couple seconds into the last episode, just carried into this episode, where the we see the shadows come out. Everyone's like, "Oh, shadows! What the hell?"
Oh my god.
And then Jinwoo.
Well, no.
Fucking-
At first, it's all his.
Well,
It's oh my god.
Egress,
Egress, Tank,
Iron,
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 and
Tusk.
yeah.
Tusk.
And
Yeah,
they're all
we see
doing
them all.
their thing,
Yeah,
and
their
everyone's
thing.
like, "What's
So did he attach his general shadow, like the generals, to
Yeah.
the Korean?
Yeah.
That's Frank.
He
No.
no, just to Goto. Yeah, Goto.
No,
he
no.
said he stated that he the one that he put on Goto
Was
lost.
What I'm asking is
after
like
the
we know he attached shadows to them, but did he attach his main general shadows like Ears and them to
Yeah.
the Korean
each?
hunters?
Yes, I
No.
believe he did.
no. It was just normal shadows
Are you sure?
It
Yes,
was just normal shadows.
because he can't swap with the generals. He can only swap with like the foot soldiers.
No, he can swap.
No,
with
he can
anyone.
swap with.
Oh,
the
can he?
generals.
Oh,
But-
pardon me.
It's
I thought because-
not explicitly said
Wait, hold on.
which shadows he attached.
I have because in the first episode of this, he states that he attaches shadows.
Yes.
And when he does that, the shadows come out and they all are unique. I did see Egress in one of those shadows. Like if you go and
See,
you
I
look,
thought-
they
I
see
thought-
they
it
look a little
wasn't
different.
I
explicitly
thought
said.
what was the thing was when he showed up. That's when like Egress and them.
That
popped
yeah,
out.
yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
when he showed up, that's when.
Oh,
they come out.
Egress
yeah,
and then
because
pops
he-
out. Okay.
because like
is-
he basically brought the heat.
Yeah.
Because remember, if he attaches his elite shadows to one of the S ranks, right? They would swap places.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay,
the
okay.
elites would not be there with them.
Got you. So, I
So-
mean, Jinwoo gets there. Regardless of how it goes, Egress, Tank, Iron,
All
Tusk,
just
all just dominating,
murking shit.
murking,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Going crazy. And everyone's like, where the hell did you come
Yeah,
from?
I love how the one shot is of the white tiger guy, and Jinwoo just walks past him, and he's like, "How? When the fuck? How did you get here?"
How'd
And
you get here?
Jinwoo literally not even like gives them any time of day. He's basically like shooting off commands off rip.
Off rep.
Yeah, crazy. And like I was thinking, I didn't say this during the episode, but I love how at one point I felt as a viewer, if I didn't know, if I wasn't watching this show and I wasn't keeping up, just seeing the group in awe and seeing how Jin Woo was like commanding all of them, I would have never guessed they were S ranks because of just how stun locked this entire group was, and just how like they were like, I don't even like
On the verge of death.
like hopeless,
Yeah, yeah.
defenseless. Like Jin Woo was such in command of this group that they didn't even look like S ranks,
Well,
and it was crazy.
He came in. He right after that. He also he pulls out his sorry, hit the wire. He pulls out healing potions.
Yeah, and he's like, everyone drink this.
Just starts
Cool,
healing
sure.
people.
Okay, go.
Everyone's like, yo, what's going on? This dude just came out like Jesus, just healing people, just like you get heals, you get heals, you get heals.
Bro's the Oprah of
Arise.
Bro
anime.
just comes out and like this dude.
Yeah.
We're about to die. And
Yeah.
he literally saves everyone. He does get to Choi Hin.
Chaehin.
Chaehin, my bad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mixed the names up. Chaehin.
Yeah, she's too far gone.
She's too far gone for the potion to take effect.
Yeah, homegirl
Homegirl
got smoked into a pillar.
Yeah, got really messed
Left
up.
side of her body is like mush.
And so Jin Woo takes command and says, "Hey yo, huddle up, get behind Tusk, okay? Get behind that big dude.
you. But yeah, just
Take Chaehin.
off again. Just starts barking
I'm
command.
gonna make a big line in front of me. Okay, I'm gonna do a Getsuga Tensho in that direction, and we are going to run in that direction. Okay.
Yeah. So he basically says that like shit might get aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
If it does, stay behind the big guy.
Mm-hmm. You guys can take out the ants, hopefully.
Yeah.
And they're
if
like,
they
yeah,
get
yeah, we got
past
that.
me somehow, take them out.
Uh.
And Joey is like, yeah.
I
Okay,
don't-
boss, for
We
sure.
got it.
What I don't get is why doesn't he just get Tusk to fire off a beam so that they can just run straight
Yeah.
through?
I was gonna ask, couldn't he just like have nuked everything? In the,
I mean, at one point,
but I
Tusk,
think
Tusk did do it through the freaking volcano.
well, yeah, at a
Too
certain
much of
ne-
a power
much,
fantasy at that
much
point. You
later.
need to have some drama.
Well, I think I think
Some
he might
suspension.
he might have been getting ready to do that, but what happens is
No.
we start to see the ants move.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I think story wise, having Tusk fire that off and then Beru be like, bat to the beam would have been a lot cooler.
That
Yeah,
would have
you're
made
not
like
wrong.
that would
You're
have
not
made like
wrong. I
his
like that.
entrance way better.
I do agree. Actually, you know what? That would.
or if he just tanks, or if he just tanks the beam.
You guys want drama? There you go. Barry just slaps the fucking
But
wave.
we
Or
see
it'd be like the equivalent of Goku doing a Kamehameha against legendary Broly in like the OG movie,
And
he
just
walks
tanks
right
it.
through
Yeah,
Oh.
literally.
so all of them start to make way and start to bow, and obviously we know that it's the Ant King.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
They're
yeah.
messing
So
up everyone and killing
prior,
everyone.
before that, Jin Woo says like, my generals are keeping up, but my foot soldiers can't.
Yeah.
And then he looks at the dead ants and he's like, maybe. And then he walks up, stops, and he's about to say it, and then everyone goes, oh, the king.
Yep.
And then basically Moses parts
The sea.
the Red Sea,
The red
basically.
ants.
The
Yeah.
Red Sea.
Yeah, and
Uh,
then it's just like at this point it's Aura versus Aura.
yeah.
Aura versus-
Well, he just says, "Is there a king in here?"
Oh, because he's like, so I went
There
outside.
wasn't a king outside.
Yeah, I went outside.
Where's the king?
The king that you said is dead, and then
Yeah.
we do learn that me and Cooper, I'm not mistaken, thought that maybe Goto didn't die, kind of had a fight.
We knew we thought it was implied that he was gonna lose, obviously with the sword breaking, but we didn't know what exactly was gonna happen. And immediately you just get the shot of him head just straight off.
Yeah, it's his body and then just head.
Yeah.
And we were like, so he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. We
He's
didn't even get to
deaded.
see anything.
He
He's
is so
dead.
unalive, he's
deaded.
deaded.
He's full deaded.
Yeah, literally.
He's done.
Yeah,
That's it.
done,
Everyone on that island, bro.
Is
Like
deaded.
everyone.
Yeah, the entire Japanese team deaded.
Just everyone.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
there's
so-
3 left.
Oh yeah, pardon me.
Yeah, there was three.
Yeah. I'd
but
say-
we learned that a little bit later.
I'd say 2 because the one guy is just mentally gone.
Yeah, that's true. He needs help. But so what ends up happening is they actually, or both of them are aura farming, walking
Hard.
like hard aura farming, walking towards each other. Blue aura, red aura. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, and they get right into each other's face, and then they just
Shut up.
Oh, I wish.
You're so
No,
stupid, dude.
No, then I believe it cuts outside. Correct? Am I correct? It cuts to something right after that.
Yes, and we forgot to also mention this entire time the broadcast is down, and
Right,
we had
that's
a
what it cuts
theory that I think Pat maybe put some effort into is the fact that Jin didn't show up because he didn't want the world to know of his power.
Yeah, so
This is like
we had a conversation. This was only on Instagram because
Yes.
or on our group chat, just because I had asked a question. I was like, so why didn't Jinwoo show up when Biro originally showed up and messed up the Korean team?
Why'd he watch them just get popcorn?
Yeah, he watched all of that, right? Like we all know he watched all of that, and so we were thinking like, oh wait, it's because of the broadcast. The broadcast he was waiting for the broadcast to be cut because the moment the broadcast is cut and nobody can see, that's when he does his exchange at the end of last episode.
That's the thing. No matter what, the broadcast would. He doesn't know it's gonna be down or if it's gonna be up again. So sooner or later,
Well, if it cuts, you don't know if it's gonna come back, right? He assumes that the broadcast has been cut. Correct?
Yeah, and
the reason I say that is because they also say there's a 15-minute delay, correct? That's why he wouldn't have shown up when Biru originally showed up. It's the only explanation I can think of.
Well, the thing
why
is,
didn't
it's
he come in?
confirmed that he can see through his shadow's eyes when he. So he's watching them live. He doesn't need to watch them in the broadcast.
When they were getting kablooied, explain to me what he was doing. Just like, look at Cheyenne, arm gone now. Like, what was he doing?
He doesn't care.
Like was he taking the shit? Like,
yeah.
What's going on,
bro? I don't know.
Dying out there.
I thought too, maybe that he thought when the broadcast was down, he thought maybe the camera guy died.
That's what I think.
Yeah,
because I don't think he can't see him.
And I don't think that I don't think Jinwoo knows that the camera guy is still alive.
See, this is a stretch, right? This is a stretch from where we're coming from. But at the same time, it's the only way I can think why he didn't hop in before that. That's the only explanation.
Because that team is the only team that knows what he can do.
Exactly.
And I don't think the world knows him as an S rank, but I don't think the world knows him like
full
what
strength.
he can do.
Full strength.
Yes.
Right?
So I'm thinking that he joined the fight and he didn't know maybe to correlate with the ant, he can't sense the camera guy's aura because it's just so low.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, bird's eye view, it'd be like the team and then the camera guy. And then if Jinwoo popped up like right in between them, he didn't see the camera guy in the back. So then later on,
guy's an A rank. He'd be able to sense him.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Who? Like Jinwoo? Oh, sure. No, I think he knows the camera guy's there, right? I think he knows the camera guy's there, but he knows the broadcast has been cut. That's the only thing I can think of.
But I don't think that Jinwoo realizes that the feed's back up.
No, because hold on. This is where we just left off. When they're aura farming and coming together, we get a cut back.
Yeah.
Now to the to basically what's going on the outside.
Yeah.
So
the news.
Yeah,
pretty much being like, oh my god, it's coming back up.
Yeah, the broadcast has been cut, and then the dude's like is tinkering with it, and he gets the live feedback up, and they're like deliberating, and they're like, should we broadcast this? And the dude's like, broadcast it, we're gonna die.
Yeah,
and,
essentially.
And so they basically go live, and what are they going live to? Biru and Jinwoo just
standing there, and everyone's like, oh my god, he's there now.
And then we get one of the coldest sucker punches I've ever seen.
So it's just like, is that like a standstill? And then all of a sudden, Biro just like right hooks Jinwoo.
Oh,
yeah. Well, no, not this,
head.
but straight down because like
yeah.
He's in like I didn't notice at first, but he's way taller.
He's way taller.
Yeah. So he like downward right hooks Jinwoo, and it's smoke, and everyone like all of the S ranks are like, oh, he's dead.
Yeah, they're like, damn, we should have told him.
Yeah, we should have told him. And then there's smoke, and then the smoke clears, and you see Jin's foot planted, and his face is like this, and he has like a bit of a smudge, and everyone's like,
like, wait, he was a mage.
I heard that.
Yeah, we heard that. He was a mage, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so one guy's like, hey, his class is a mage, right, dog?
Huh? What happened? And then Jinwoo says,
then Jinwoo uses the hand of God,
The hand of God.
and like almost makes, if I'm not mistaken, like Biro hunch over, and then uppercuts the living shit out of this dude.
yeah, and he swings back, and he's stun locked.
Bro hits the Matrix back bend
Yeah.
for like 10 seconds, doesn't move, and he's like,
he didn't fathom. He couldn't. He was still. It was like when in boxing when like you get unconscious and you're still standing there. That was him. He was unconscious for a few seconds. He was
Yeah.
like, bro, what?
So Biro is like bent back, and he's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
he's,
What just happened?
he's like, is this a human?
He's like, what is this? Huh? And so after that, it's just a slugfest.
It's
bro.
just-
Yeah, dude.
After that, it is hands.
Test of strength.
It's just this. It's just this.
Bat.
It's
Bat.
It's literally
That's
it's
it.
literally just hands
They're
for
just
like
swinging.
for like a couple frames. It's just hands.
It's not a couple frames. That's like 30 seconds of them just swinging on
It's
each other, bro.
crazy.
It was crazy. And so,
And then
Bro looks like me fighting the sleep paralysis demon in my room.
Yeah.
I'm just swinging.
The S
for-
ranks are like, oh, what is happening?
Yeah.
What is,
yeah. And
what is
no,
this power? What is this
wait, wait,
shockwave?
What ends up happening is like Jinwoo ends up, I think, punching him so hard that he goes flying, and then the real battle kind of starts to ensue.
Oh yeah, so I think Biro again swings, Jinwoo ducks and like hits him, and then Biro goes flying, and then oh, I can't remember what happens after that.
Right after
the
that,
battle starts, but like I can't remember how it starts.
yeah, because it's just kind of a clusterfuck of colors. You just see the red and the blue.
At one
auras,
point,
and
it's
they
literally
start
just
going.
colors.
Yeah, and it's literally just colors, and we get
It's some shit out of Dragon Ball Z.
It was all of our favorite anime fighting moments just blended
Dragon Ball
together.
Z, Bleach,
Naruto. it went-
Demon Slayer Season 2 Entertainment Arc District with Tengen
for
versus
sure,
the
for
Upper Moon.
sure.
Oh yeah, it was just it was cool as hell. But I want to talk about one point that was said in the anime. So we get a brief stint of the Japanese, I guess like head
the
strike team guy.
Yeah, he
And-
was the leader of like the guild. He was the guy who was on the phone with the
Yeah, and
Goto and all. Of them.
and they're talking. And Sheldon, you pointed out he finally mentioned the Korean thing.
Well, the anime finally mentioned that they were Korean hunters because as far as I can remember, I don't think they ever mentioned once that they were in Korea or that they were.
I
that they
think
were
no,
Korean
they do mention it. Not in this, maybe not in this season. I do agree with you, but I believe in the first season they do,
I don't think they did, man. I'll go back and rewatch it.
Go
but
back and rewatch it.
I don't think they did.
because I'm pretty sure they didn't for a long time. I know they
Yeah.
don't really do it
They don't.
very much. But they did in this episode. They
Yeah.
did. They did.
Which
called them
was
the
just
Korean
very
hunters.
surprising as to
Mhm.
like why randomly they're like, yeah, the Korean hunters.
Well, again, it's a thing where like Korea and Japan don't get along, right? They have
And you
a
can
long-standing history of that.
you can kind of tell in this episode like there was a little bit of like
it goes
malice.
deeper than that, but there's definitely.
Well, I mean, the thing is, the story is like how the story is going is like it's almost portraying Japan to be the bad guys and Korea to be the good guys, correct? Like that's kind of how but it's all
bad
Japanese.
guys. It's just like
No,
it's
no,
more
no,
like-
wait. They were plotting
Yeah, they were
to
plot-
like kill
yeah,
all
but-
of the Korean hunters.
No.
No,
They
no,
were just planning to leave them
They're
behind.
Yeah.
planning on leaving them behind.
Yeah,
Which
and then
is still
take,
horrible.
And then
It's
take
still-
the credit saying, "Oh, Korea's hunters failed. Their botched plan failed." So it's not that they were bad guys; they were just trying to hype themselves up more.
That's kind of
no. They were opportunists, is what it was. That's how I would put it.
undercutting the people that you are joining with is not an evil thing to do.
The thing is, they were also using this to cripple the Korean.
Yeah, to cripple the
Hunters.
Korean hunters. Like this is like this was a full plan. And that's how it's
Fair.
portrayed, right? And it's Japanese animators, so it's like, how are you going to animate like, yo, this is us, bro? Like I kind of get it from that standpoint.
Yeah.
At the same time, yeah, it is kind of weird. But I mean,
I don't think a country would ever want to like put themselves in a spot where like, oh, we're the bad guys here, but like,
exactly.
it's a story.
At least they put it
It's
in.
No, but you wouldn't see. The thing is, you wouldn't see an
'Cause,
American.
okay.
It's fictional works.
Just-
Like,
Sure, but
Let's-
would you see a movie? You wouldn't see an American made movie, right? Where they're like America's the bad guy undercutting them.
there has been movies like that.
No,
Okay.
made in like there's
Yeah, no, there has been.
Let me
movies like
cut in. There's two different versions of Solo Level.
that. Yeah, I remember you telling me those.
yeah.
One Korean, one Japanese. The Japanese is Japan only,
Yeah,
because they had to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they
It makes
released,
me want to watch it in Korean now.
if they watched
Ugh.
just Solo, like if they released it, the Korean in Japan, they will get shut down. So
So yeah, it's kind of like
because
it's kind of like that tit
Japanese
for tat thing.
nationalism is something else, even stronger than American nationalism.
That's very true. Yeah, you're not wrong. He's right.
Oh my god, what the heck? So yeah, so I just wanted to point that out. But basically, the guy says to one of the last remaining people on the team, he's like, "I'll send you a chopper. Get the hell out of there. Well, I guess we'll try and
Regroup.
reevaluate our plan."
Mhm.
And then we get a little conversation of the guy who is with Goto is now at the team, and he's basically like panicking, and he's like we gotta go
Yeah.
or we'll die.
We're done.
Not that important, but yeah. Then we get back to the fight, and again, like Cooper and Sheldon said, it's like a culmination of just every anime effect, fight, scene, sound that I've ever heard just in one this fight with there was times where I had to blink and be like, what just happened?
Yeah.
I'll have to rewatch it.
It for sure. It's one of those fights that you got to rewatch. I feel like the first half of the episode was a little bit like it was more regular paced.
Yeah.
Like we had a lot of good pacing there, but yeah, it just kind of kicks off.
One thing I love about this fight is like Jinwoo, or pardon me, not Jinwoo, both of them. It almost seemed like at times like they were flying around, and then prior to that we saw Jin have 2 new daggers, and they look like, I guess, the bears.
This fight was a lot more. You were able to watch this fight
Pierces.
better than Barnes.
Yeah, Baron. Yeah.
Yeah, but he has the daggers from that. But I think what I loved is the choreography of the fight, because I like at points it was like daggers, and then Jin would throw up the daggers and then just hands. Because like there was one point where like Jin
he hit like a windmill.
yeah, so like
Did Captain Levi?
He did it. No, not even just that. He like throws up his
It was
blade.
Start punching.
prior,
and
yeah,
then
like,
he like
catches him.
threw him up and like hit Biru like 10 times, like, and then stepped back, and then windmill caught the blades and came down, and I was like, that's fucking insane. It was nuts.
The choreography in this is nuts, right? He does
Yeah.
hit, and like Sheldon says, he does hit. Right after that, he hits a Levi. Yuji versus. That's a tough one. That's tough for me. That's tough. And the only reason I like this because there's so many flashy effects, and the choreography is really well done. And
Pick one.
If I had to pick one,
Pick one.
ooh, let me get. Can I get back to you?
No.
Can I get back to you
pick
next
now.
week?
Pick now.
Why?
No.
I haven't watched.
No.
I haven't watched the Yuji and Chozo fight in forever. Let me rewatch.
Who
it.
cares?
Based off memory.
What do you mean based off memory? Let me come back next week. We have one more episode, correct?
No one's
I'll
gonna
give
remember
it
this
to you.
next week.
Hey, I remember my questions.
Okay,
I'll
okay.
come back. I'll come back next week with a definitive answer. Let me just watch them back to back. That'll be my homework. But so yeah, that fight is just it's tough.
like all over the entire cave.
Yeah, they just start destroying everything. And like Pat
The use
said
of
earlier,
environment in this episode was really well done.
Yes,
Which one?
use of
Very.
environment. Use of environment.
Yeah. Oh my god, sorry. We skipped a cool shot. I just want to just rewind. I can't remember if it was prior to this fight or if it was right in the middle.
You're talking about
But there's a
Are you talking about the Bayek?
No. It's the same episode, but there's a scene.
Panorama shot?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
a
that's
That's
Oh,
after.
that-
That's
okay,
after.
okay,
That's
okay,
after.
okay,
That's
good,
after.
good, good.
We're getting to it, but yeah, there's a small clip that Pat alluded to before where Bayek is watching it, and his eyes are darting around like insanely fast, and he's like, "What is happening?"
yeah. His brain just can't comprehend
He's
the elite speed.
he because like they were defenseless.
Like, think
against
about
this
it.
thing.
The S rank can't keep up. The friggin' cameraman is like,
Yeah, like what are you staring at?
What are
Like,
you staring at? I don't see anything.
Yeah,
The
like-
cameraman even said the aura emanating off of this fight, I can barely stand on my feet. He's like, if
Exactly.
I'm not trying, I'll pass out.
Yeah. And so we finally get basically this. So we get this scene where Biru flies up and does this like evolution basically.
His
He just,
claws get,
his
like,
claws
super long,
elongate.
yeah.
He gets bigger. He gets more detail, and he's like because we missed another step where he flicks Jinwoo with a toxin, but it doesn't end up working on him.
Oh yeah, so it's like, I guess like mid beatdown,
Yeah.
Biro or Jinru even says, he's like, I guess just stats, he can now sense like things
Oh,
in
yeah.
other things, and he's
Yeah.
like, I can sense this thing's anxiety and fear.
Yeah.
And then he goes on the attack, and we can see Biro's like starting to panic, and then we learn his tongue is like a sharp blade, and it cuts homeboy.
Poisons
And
him.
yeah, it's like super poison, super apparent, and Biro's like, you're dead.
I think we have the events a little mixed up here. So it's the slugfest, the poison, and then evolution, and then
Okay,
all the
yeah,
speed.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go, there you
Not
go,
Yeah.
yeah.
the dagger fight.
Yeah,
so
then there's the dagger
we're
fight.
little,
We're bouncing around a little
bouncing
bit,
around a
but
bit.
once
This
we'll get
fight
back,
did that.
We'll get back. Yeah, this fight
This
was
fight did that.
insane. But we'll get back to kind of where we were. Biru does finally like evolve. He says like the toxins didn't work, physical strength didn't work. So you know what? This is it. Final evolution, mega evolve.
Yeah.
Charizard Y. No,
Biru X.
Biru X. He pops up and then he goes. He like he basically levels himself up like insane.
He just
Yeah.
makes himself slimmer.
He-
He basically becomes faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we get an even crazier fight.
Yeah.
Which
At this
then
point, they're
ensues.
colors.
Yeah, it's just colors.
It's just blue and
Colors.
red spinning around.
That's
the room.
all it was. It was just colors, just
And then-
markers.
It looked like a toddler just had a marker, just did this literally.
No, but it was really cool. It was really cool.
and then if I'm not mistaken, we get that shot of like Biru on top, Jin at the bottom, and
Yeah.
like his like
He's
claws are like right above his eye,
Yeah.
and like right before death. Again, right before he's about to die, Jinwoo
upgrades a skill.
upgrades
Do
his
you
skill.
know how he did that? It wasn't because of his fight. You know what he did? It was really quick.
I thought it was skill points.
He used stat points. Stuff.
Yeah, he used stat points.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was stat points, like conglomerated or whatever, and then it's like level up mutilated, and then chops off. He chops his arm into like 8
Yeah.
pieces.
Yeah, he basically learns a new skill, and then chops not just the arm, but like the exoskeleton.
The exoskeleton, his
Right
full,
off.
everything. Just
And then
pieces.
what I thought that was cool is Biru, I guess when he kills his prey, he can like learn their power. So like he
When he eats them
yeah,
specifically.
he learned the
ice dude's ability.
dude's power
Yeah.
and freaks out and guards himself. And then he also has regeneration
Yeah.
From the S rank healer.
from the S rank healer,
Yeah.
which again I thought was cool. And then if I'm not mistaken, we get that panoramic shot.
No. He starts to fly away first.
Yeah,
And then we get
This
the
man
Levi's.
just wants to talk about the panoramic
I know.
shot.
It was so cool.
I know. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it.
He flies. He tries to fly away.
Yeah. Jim Woo's like, nope. Get back
Nope.
here.
And then
Mm-mm.
falls to the ground.
The power of the hand again.
And then when he's on the ground, he screams for help to get the ants.
Yeah.
And that's when we get the
And
Hold on.
that- yeah.
But he also upgraded his skill again to max.
no, that was after.
The
was-
mutilated max.
That was
No,
after.
that was after.
Was
That was
it
after.
after?
That was after. That was
It
after.
wasn't
Yeah,
before?
yeah. No, it was
No.
after. It was
That
after
was
the
right-
panoramic shot. Because
that was right before he did the whole
Biru
Levi
calls
thing.
his army, and Jin Woo calls his army, and you see the purple instead of the blue, and you
And
see
then we-
Egress, you see Tank, you see Tusk, you see Iron, you see all of them coming out. Even the what do you call them?
The foot
The
soldiers.
orcs.
The orcs.
The orcs come out as well, and they're red, which is dope. And they basically all dash out, and
Yeah.
you get this amazing panoramic shot that is absolutely gorgeous. Of like, it's art.
Yeah.
It's like it is going to be a crazy still to have.
And then after that, Tusk fires off his beam.
Yep,
Through
the mountain,
Through the goddamn
through the mountain. He says, everything in that direction
is dead.
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 Is unalive to the point where it's deaded.
And
The only one alive. Well,
Jin Woo
yeah.
just starts going to town on
Yep.
Biru.
Levels up
Just
his mutilate to
Going
maximum.
to town. And
Yeah,
when I
'cause-
say going, he's just cutting him.
Yeah, because at this point, Biru is like flying out the hole, right? He's like,
He's trying to
F
escape.
this,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
escapes, he goes up, and then we get a shot of like Jinwoo, and he's not moving, and then he like falls, and then just like vanishes, and then it's just again a blue streak goes up, spins around,
Yeah, Levi.
and literally Levi's up, and then like windmills. It was a crazy thing. Again, I think I have to rewatch it because so much happened.
Yeah. And so he cuts all of his legs and arms off, and there's just a torso.
Yeah.
Just a torso sitting there. And he's like,
I'm supposed to be the
I'm
king.
supposed to be the king. What is this? What is this power? And so then he regenerates and tries to leave, but Jinwoo's like, no.
Yeah,
And
that's when, if I'm not mistaken, that's when he
Yeah, levels up his mutilate.
levels
to
up his
max
mutilate
and then
to
just like
max and just
eviscerates
eviscerates.
this armless legless torso.
Yep.
And then he levels up twice, and then if I'm not mistaken, the ants are like,
Well, yeah, and then
Gotta
well,
go.
yeah, gotta go.
I'm
And then-
out.
but the guys,
It's like that meme where like and then
Yeah,
he
yeah.
disappears.
Oh, yeah, then he vanishes. Yeah.
the Koreans pretty quickly are like, "Hey, yo, Cheyenne's about to die," and
Yeah.
He
I was-
uses his second life elixir.
life elixir, and we know. I think he has 6 from the
Five.
anime. He has
5.
Was it 5?
Five.
Well,
And
5
he
left.
used
5
2.
left.
No, he had 5 in total.
Was it 5?
Yeah. So
Okay,
now
5.
It
thought it was
six?
6.
Okay, so he has
Yeah,
4 left.
Yeah, exactly. So he has 4 left now, but it is ineffective again.
You know why though?
Because the way he punched her was just so
No.
it was just so strong. It was just he hit the
That's-
he was like, no life elixir, no health potion, no nothing's gonna save you, bitch.
It's
No
it's
revive.
only abnormal statuses that it.
Yeah, I'd say half her body being crushed is an abnormal fucking
It
status.
doesn't replenish health points. It only.
yeah,
Gets rid of the
I
statuses.
get where you're coming from. No.
Yeah.
It's-
So everyone's kind of panicking because they're like, she's gonna die,
she's gonna die.
and we will not be able. We have no time.
We've no time.
It's either
What's
she.
happening?
It's either she alive now.
Or,
What are we gonna do? And then Jim was like, I can't do nothing, man. It's
Yeah.
not this shit gonna
And-
work. And then he looks behind him with the blue eyes and the fucking end screen comes out. You bitch.
There is nothing more that I hate these days than watching those 2 feet at that end screen. I swear to God.
Those 2
Yo,
feet.
the 2 feet
Every
walking out.
time. I was so
Every
mad.
time, dude.
I was so mad.
That's the end of the episode. That's what
At
happened.
least you've watched past the.
Yeah. I know what happens.
Because what should have how it ended. Just it's about.
Yeah. I think I know
you
what you're.
can't say it.
No, I can't. It's just a cut the camera. That's what he says. He knows.
Oh.
He should have said.
Oh.
Cut the feed. It should have ended there. Because I was waiting for the words. It's like cut the feed, cut the feed, cut the feed.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we get that in the next episode. We will find out next time. How did you guys feel about this episode? That was
Oh.
long. We talked about that episode for a
Oh my
long
god.
time.
It's nothing new. I mean, we talk about solo leveling for quite a long
True,
time.
very true. Well, there's
There's
so
a-
much.
It's so good.
When there's an anime that we're into, that's typically what happens.
It's very true. I mean, it's gonna happen when Bleach comes back too. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna have 2 pods. It's gonna be everything else and then Bleach, man.
I feel like we really need to have like separate pods for some of these things.
Everything else bought in the bleach.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we save it for the end. It's the longest talk, right? And then we get into video game stuff because some people just don't really care and they're only here for the anime. But how did you guys feel about this episode? What are we giving this one?
I think it was good.
It was so good.
It was.
It was so good. I give it a 9.5.
Yeah.
I'm right in there with the 9.5.
I give it 9.5 meatballs out of 10.
I do.
I would give it also. I would give it a 9. Some of the animations were a little weird to me.
In the
But,
beginning, yeah, you're not wrong.
It had the best moments. so far.
Yeah, it had some of the coolest
Yeah.
coolest
Some
moments in the
heater
series.
moments.
Some heater moments.
The fight was dope. The slugfest was dope. Every part about that second half of the episode was amazing. It was a little bit. It did feel a little bit stretched. I feel like if they had elongated some of those fighting scenes and shortened the beginning a little bit, it would have been a little bit of a better episode.
Yeah, in the one I think change they did in the manga versus this, and you can probably back this up, is when Biro punches him. It's like the punch, and then the next panel is like Biro's face, and like his eyes are like super wide, and then the next panel is just like the fist on Jinwoo's face, and then you can't see his eyes, but it's just the blue eyes, and it's looking up at Biro, and I was like, holy fuck. Like when I read that, I audibly said, I was like, oh my god, because
he is him.
yeah, that's what, yeah,
You were like, Elevator.
Elevator. Yeah.
Nobody's gonna understand that reference.
But
Not
like-
a
but like-
single person.
It was when I saw that Jinwoo just tanked that punch, I was like, oh my god, this fight's gonna be unreal.
Dude, yeah, I know. That
The thing that the really good change that I really like was the stretched fight from Biru with Jinwoo. Because the fight did not last that long in the manhwa.
The
Oh, I
fight
don't-
was
guarantee
good,
it.
but yeah, no, it
No,
was
it was
not.
definitely
In the
stretched.
manhwa, oh my god, Beru did not have a chance at all. He had no fighting chance.
I'll say
to be fair, at the
They-
end of
they
this
gave-
fight, he really didn't. Like I
no,
didn't.
but Beru actually fought back.
he fought back
the
in this
anime.
in the anime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say
Like-
in the manga when Jinwoo got started, it just
Doesn't stop.
it-
Like Beru
the-
had no
that
breathing room.
scale did this. Like at one point.
So I did want to ask you guys something. So now we've established after this episode, Jinwoo is the strongest person in this world that we know
In the
of
world?
currently
that we've seen.
that we have witnessed because we don't know. We know of a national rank. We don't know how strong the national rank is. What if it's lower than Jinwoo? We don't know. This is the thing. He just
Okay,
made
let's-
S ranks look like D ranks.
Right now, from so just think that national ranks
Well,
are stronger than
I
S
I
rank.
guess his dad, because
Right?
we saw him beat the other Korean S rank, like completely destroy him. So maybe his dad is
and
like on his
that
level.
only
Well,
lasted a few
since-
minutes.
since-
so
Since the American
Well,
guy.
how long did this fight last? It wasn't seconds, right?
it wouldn't be seconds.
No.
If we're, I
Probably
don't know.
the same amount.
Like
of,
you think about it in terms of perspective, like it, with how fast they're moving, it was probably like minutes.
That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
it's short. It's
because
a short period.
the
of
fight
time.
with the
'Cause
dad
like,
ends.
I'm comparing it to like Dragon Ball fights.
Yeah,
Dragon
yeah.
Ball fights literally happen in seconds and minutes. It's not hours worth of fighting.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Tournament of Power was only like a 4 hour. It was they gave in the show. They're like, this is a 4 hour battle, battle royale. Do what you got to do. It was like within seconds of fighting. So when you compare it to something like this,
Some
this was
fights
within-
didn't last that long
Yeah,
either.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we're talking like Jinwoo may be the strongest person in the world. That
I
we
would
know
say
of
right
currently.
now in Asia, from what we've seen.
But as
I mean, the thing is, I'm talking
Let's-
purely from a perspective of an anime
Yeah, no,
watcher.
no, no. I'm going with you. Let's assume national ranks are stronger than S rank.
Sure,
We don't know if Jinwoo is stronger than national rank
we
yet.
don't, but we know
But
he would be.
we
national rank.
know right now for sure that Jinwoo is the strongest in Asia because we don't know if there's an national
hold on,
rank.
No, he has a point. He has a point.
He does.
In Japan and in Korea,
We don't know if there's a
he is
national
definitely
rank
above
in
all the
Asia.
S ranks because the people that should have been able to go up against Biru ended up dying.
Yeah.
No, and this is where this
so
is why I'm saying
we're assuming.
we're assuming and this is
that-
why I'm saying Jinwoo would be national rank, correct?
so
has to be.
we have to assume.
At this point, we don't know.
Hold on.
It's an assumption.
No,
it's
no.
an assumption.
But he's stronger than every S rank we've seen, and not even by a
Right.
tiny
Yes.
amount.
No, hold
by
on. No,
leaps.
hold on.
Go ahead.
Like, before you even say that,
Go.
Goto is the strongest in Japan.
S rank.
S rank in
and
Japan.
Japan
So then-
doesn't have a national rank.
and they don't have a national rank. So the assumption would be, oh, maybe Goto can be a national rank if he's the strongest S rank in all of Japan. That's basically what is being said
So
here with
what
Jinwoo.
I'm assuming Jinwoo is national rank. We can't assume that Jinwoo is stronger than Thomas Andre.
I
Yeah.
can.
No,
I
but
can.
the thing is, I don't know this character.
No, I think Akup is putting him in the position right now that he, at this point, he should be considered a national rank level.
Yes.
Not the strongest national rank level, but
But he's saying he's the strongest in the world.
No,
So-
no. He's the strongest in the world that we know of currently, is what I'm saying. Because we have not seen any of these other characters. We know of them. We
Mm.
don't know them. We don't know what their
you
power
can't,
scaling
you can't
is.
really make that assumption
You can't assume
Why?
the
in the
power.
world because they don't even know.
What do you mean?
they don't even know if he is the strongest in the world because they
This-
keep mentioning they've mentioned this. What's his name? Andre person?
Thomas Andre.
Thomas
What-
Andre.
Yes, they've mentioned him before. What I'm saying is we don't know his skill set. So if it's unknown, you can't rate it, right? So if we're
No,
to scale
as an
everything,
audience, we don't know.
yes,
In their world, they
Yes.
know.
This is
And
what
they-
I mean.
But they've mentioned this in the anime. That,
what do you mean?
That this Thomas Andre person
Yes.
is a national ranking hunter and to be
Yes.
the strongest, but they don't know if he's they don't know if Jin Woo's capable of beating him.
Yes.
They don't know that. We just you're what you're doing right now is you're assuming that Jin Woo is the strongest just based off
No,
what
no,
we've
no.
seen.
I'm not. I'm saying Thomas Andre could be. I'm just saying we don't know, right? So if something's unknown,
So
you can't
that's-
scale it. Is
so
what I'm
that's
saying.
why
He's
I-
the strongest thing we have seen currently in the anime. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
That's
that's
it.
why we
That's
can.
my
The
statement.
only
In-
assumption we can
Between
make.
Korea and Japan, yes.
In the anime, in
Asia.
totality, what is who's the strongest person we've
Between
seen?
Korea and Japan, he is the strongest.
No,
not in the
anime.
world.
I'm not talking about Korea.
Not in
I'm
the
not.
world.
I'm talking about in the anime.
In the anime between Korea and
In what's
Japan,
been
he is the strongest.
established
In Korea and Japan.
the world, we don't know.
No, this isn't the world because the world was not involved. You can't say the world when not every hunter around
I'm
the
not
world.
talking about. I'm talking about the world that's built right now that we understand.
Yeah, so Korea and Japan.
if you have no knowledge of anything, you
No,
can't just assume.
Coop. You got to look at this in perspective.
Perspective
You're-
wise,
you're saying-
he's
No,
stronger
no,
than an
argument.
S
No,
rank.
no,
Just
no,
semantics
hold
argument.
on. When you say the world, then you got to involve every other country. Right now is just between
Name
Korea
one.
and Japan.
Name one.
America.
America.
But
National
why is
rank.
it? But you don't know.
But-
You
so-
don't know.
No,
You
but
can
you don't
only
know either.
assume-
You're-
Exactly.
No, you can only
So if I
assume
go-
What do
that
you
he's
no?
strong.
Hold on. What do you mean by exactly?
I
Because
show you
you're
some-
literally stating in the world, but we've only seen Korea and Japan.
Okay, Usain
That's
Bolt
not-
is not the fastest person in the world because we don't know if there's another fastest person. Is basically the
Yeah,
argument
we
you're
have.
making.
We've seen it.
No, that's what we just saw. What I'm saying
No,
is
no,
we haven't.
no, we haven't.
But
Okay,
they-
hold
that's a
on,
competition.
Pat, hold on.
Yeah.
Your example of using Usain Bolt saying
Yeah.
he is the fastest
Yeah.
person in the world, and we don't know if there's anybody faster.
Yeah.
we have because every country has competed at that level. And
That doesn't mean
you-
every person has competed at that level.
The,
The fuck
okay,
you mean?
right now, what you're saying is dumb.
You're
And
being
the
dumb.
reason why I'm saying
I'm
this
making a
is
dumb semantics argument because what I'm stating isn't the fact that I'm not saying that Jinwoo is now the strongest person that is ever going to be in this anime. What I'm saying is up till this current point in the anime, the show we have currently watched.
between Korea and Japan
Hold on.
that we have seen,
Yes.
not in the world, but in Korea and Japan in the anime.
Okay. So we
We haven't seen the rest of the world, so what do we know?
There's
That
a
it's in
national
Korea
rank.
and Japan.
But we don't know.
we can only assume that
Yes.
Jinwoo is stronger than S rank, so
Yes.
he could be considered national rank
Thank
In
Right?
Korea and Japan.
in Korea and Japan.
Okay.
But you can't assume that he's the strongest in the world.
No-
So we can only assume
You guys
from
are-
this point of view
yes.
that Thomas Andre and Jinwoo are
The strongest.
the strongest. He's not the strongest in the world. They're tied at the moment until we see otherwise. That is
So-
how you assume properly.
Sure. Okay.
You can't just assume
If there's-
he's the strongest in the world right now.
If there's two people who are both considered the strongest in the world, can you consider either of them the strongest in the world?
No, you
But
combine.
until both of them have gone head to head. Either of them. If there's a
yeah.
if-
So your statement about Jinwoo being the strongest
Yes.
in the world is a false statement.
Because there's two right now
It's
that we
not
know.
even false. It's not an accurate statement.
established in the world.
Thomas
No.
Andre is established in the world.
Thomas Andre is
He's
right
the
What
now.
is his powers?
He's the
No,
most
no,
popular
no.
What's his power
hunter.
scaling?
Stop. Hold on. I'm going to tell you right now. In this anime, they have
Yes.
established that Thomas Andre is the
The
strongest
most
hunter
successful hunter in the world.
Yes.
and the strongest right
and
now.
the strongest in the world.
Currently.
Nothing has been established for Jinwoo being the strongest in this anime right now. He's just the strongest amongst Japan and Korea,
Okay, he's the strongest among Japan and
Yeah,
Korea.
that's why
not
we
in the
said
world.
Asia, because we don't know
How
if
he stacks
Asia-
against Andre. All we know right now is Thomas
Yeah.
Andre is the strongest.
Yes. Scaled. Yes. Okay.
scaling wise.
Okay,
so
scaling wise on how they understand it in the world, Thomas Andre is the strongest, correct?
yes,
From the viewer's perspective, not from the perspective of the show, from my perspective, from what I've witnessed, he is the strongest character that I've seen in the show, period. Is that a fair statement?
Fair statement wise,
Is he's the strongest that
Well,
I
okay,
have
what about his
physically
dad?
seen? No,
His
but I
dad-
haven't seen his dad.
But his dad completely destroyed an S rank.
Yes,
An
but I
S
haven't
rank
within minutes.
minutes.
for sure. He destroyed, and what I'm saying is he destroyed something that destroyed S ranks in seconds. So what I'm stating is that
So could you not
my whole
state that
point,
his dad is probably the strongest?
you could make no. The only reason I'm saying that his dad isn't the strongest is because I haven't physically seen it.
What do you mean? We have.
We have.
I haven't seen his powers.
He's you don't have
Just
to
'cause
see
he
his powers.
has-
He destroyed the S rank guy.
It doesn't.
Okay, he destroyed, and we don't know how Jinwoo stacks up against them, right?
Right.
Cool. So
Right.
from what I've seen,
So comparably,
I've seen,
you can only assume.
So
you can
what I've
assume,
seen-
so it's an assumption.
so what I've seen,
It's an assumption.
so what I've seen.
It's an assumption.
So my eyes see Jinwoo fight. I didn't see anyone else fight. So how am I able to scale them? You can't. My only perspective and what I've been saying since the beginning is he is the strongest person we have seen in the anime. Fight.
you didn't say
Fight.
fight.
No, and that-
You've always been saying strongest in the world that you've seen, but we've seen on Thomas Andre, we've seen Jinwoo's dad. So technically, we can only assume they're in the same.
Those three.
Oh,
cloud.
okay. Sorry. My bad. Okay, my bad. This is where I messed up in my
Because
argument. What
you-
I'm saying is fight.
You get.
This is what we've been pointing out to you.
You
and
get
you've been
so heated to the
You
point
do.
where you fight
Literally.
us. We're like technically.
I'm arguing about like what I was saying the whole time is he's the only person we've seen actually fight. We can't scale Thomas Andre's fighting capability, correct? So we don't know how they compare. So I'm not even putting him in the
I
rank.
mean, could you even at the end of the day scale his father's?
No, you can't, and that's why I'm not including him. That's why I'm only including people that I've seen fight. He is the strongest person I've seen fight in this anime. Period. Period. Point blank. That's what I've been saying this whole time. He's the strongest person who we've seen fight.
The
correct?
strongest-
between Korea and Japan. He is the strongest.
No. Period.
not
Because-
not in the world.
Wait. Well, hold
You
on. Hold
can't
on.
say in the world because he hasn't fought those people.
I'm not saying against those people. I'm not scaling those people. I'm not putting them against it.
Exactly,
I'm
so
saying
you-
what I've seen, who I've seen fight. If you only showed me
between Korea and Japan, not the world. No other people because we haven't seen that yet.
fair,
in
I'm not saying that Thomas
Okay.
Andre is not strong.
I'm not even saying Thomas Andre because you're saying he's in the world, but the world we've seen so far is just Korea and Japan.
Sure, and that's the only world that we've seen in this show. So that's the entire established anime world.
Are you?
If you only see a certain point of view, you can only say from a certain point of
That's
view
like
because
saying-
you haven't seen anything else. It's like
Are you saying that you would want to see Thomas, Jin, and Jin's dad basically in like a
No, no.
baseball field, and if you were to be like one of these men are gonna come out alive?
No, I'm not-
I've only seen Jin fight, so I'll put 1,000 on Jin. Is that what like?
not even that. I'm just saying I'm not calculating Jin's dad and Thomas Andre.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is from what I've seen, and I've said this. Sorry, I didn't put fight in there. That is a correct statement. You are correct in that. I'll take the fault on my dumbassity and not putting that in because that's what I was saying in my mind was there.
You're-
Like he's the only person we've seen fight
You're
so far.
stating that as a viewer,
Yes,
Jin Woo is the strongest fighter
we've seen
in the show so far.
that
That's
we've
like
seen.
me assuming I've seen Manny Pacquiao fight. I'll bet on him because he's the strongest one I know.
Yes. Why? That's what all the Filipinos did with Money Mayweather. You're telling me that didn't happen.
But I know for a fact he's not the strongest.
You do, but 90% of the people who only saw Manny Pacquiao
But
growing
I've
up
only
said
seen
No,
seen
this
him
dude's
fight.
the strongest dude in the world. He can't get stopped, correct?
Bro,
Because they never saw from
he's
Mayweather's point of view.
5'5". Friggin' Mayweather's like how tall?
He's like
Bro.
5'6", I think.
Yeah, they're about
He's
the
they're
same
like
size.
the same height. You dumbass. It's not even.
Wait, there's no way.
Yeah,
No, they are.
Mayweather's like short, dude. What?
There's no way.
They're like the same
They're
size.
about the same
Have you never
height.
seen
They're the same-
Floyd
Did you
Mayweather?
not watch the
Dude's short
fight?
as hell.
They're,
I
yeah,
don't
they're
understand
like
how
the
you
same-
bring up Manny Pacquiao when you know nothing about boxing. bro. Like,
I've only seen them fight once.
It's in his
Other than
culture.
this stupid semantics argument, I don't.
I
even
mean,
care
Manny Pacquiao
anymore.
is like a legend in the Filipino.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
exactly.
is.
He is. He 100%.
Now he's a
you almost made my point for me from that perspective. But whatever. I'll say we don't know 100% if he's the strongest. I just
But
think
no,
he's the
we can
strongest.
only
I
assume-
believe he's the strongest. Okay, it's my belief system. Let me believe. What
I think
wanna
what
believe.
threw me off is when you said in the world, and I was like, but we
Sorry,
haven't-
when I said in the world, I meant the anime world that we've witnessed.
We've
so
witnessed-
between
like,
Korea and Japan,
if you only see one,
between you can't say the world when it's only Korea and Japan.
no, but if you okay, so you know what? It's a semantics argument. This is a semantic. This
I-
is over the world, over the idea of world.
He's the strongest so far.
because Japan is the strongest in Asia right now. So we
he's
can
the
only
strongest so far.
And Korea and Japan.
I
I
would
can
debate-
understand what Sheldon means because, like, every time you said the world, I was like, we've only seen Korea and Japan technically.
Yes,
Yes.
but if you
And
We've
technically,
only seen Korea and Japan.
Technically, we have. Yes.
technically we've seen hunters from America too, because Mr. Dong Suk is
oh yeah, he
residing
yeah, he
in
was
America.
residing in America. You're right. Dong Suk was residing in America. He was. He
and
was.
they would go toe to toe with like no one can really mess with American guilds. So
They are the strongest.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
it's
How
been-
can we know?
it's
Well,
been
we've only
established
seen Japan
you
and Korea.
can't mess
Oh my
with
God.
fucking American guilds.
They have literally established this in the world.
They established it where it's like, oh, you can't mess with
they have
American guilds.
mentioned this in the anime.
I know that Thomas Andre
you?
is a
Do you know that?
They have
strong-
mentioned this in the anime.
In
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, but
first-
if you said Jinwoo and Thomas Andre were gonna fight right now, do you know that Thomas Andre is stronger than Jinwoo?
we were saying Dong
I
Suk.
know it because as a fellow Andre, we are prone to be tough.
I fucking hate him.
You know,
But
I've
other
been
than
waiting to
this
say
stupid
that.
semantics argument. You had some Assassin's Creed Shadow stuff you wanted to go
Oh,
over.
how much time are we at?
Hour 17.
Hour 17?
Go quick. Just talk about it. We said we would talk about it. Assassin's Creed Shadows.
You literally bought the game.
You
to
bought the
review
game
it.
to review it.
Yeah.
I bought the game to review it.
How was it?
It's actually really good.
Okay.
Gameplay wise.
Gameplay wise.
Gameplay wise,
Let's break it down.
Break it
Gameplay,
down.
story, and graphics.
story is ass. Who cares? Who plays
Stop for a
Assassin's
second.
Creed?
What'd you buy it on?
Huh?
What'd you
PC.
buy this on? Okay, so you're
Yeah.
all the tits. Cool. Okay, cool.
So
What was bad about the story?
it's just standard
It's
bullshit.
Assassin's Creed. What the
Assassin's-
fuck?
Who buys
What?
Assassin's Creed
That's
for story?
Like, what? What story? He's a-
Assassin's?
What do you mean?
For
The-
my history
the
class.
first one was good. The second one was good. The fourth one was great.
Yeah, like all
And,
jokes
and
aside.
wait, which one? And how many of them were bad? Mirage
3 was kinda bad.
3
Unity
was
was
kind of bad.
bad.
Unity was bad.
Uh,
All the last 5
Wait,
years
which one was
were
Mirage?
bad. Huh?
Which one was Mirage?
The latest one.
oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was-
well,
with the
before.
Middle East.
Yeah, with the middle, it was bad.
Bayak.
And all of them were bad. All of them have been
One,
bad.
two spin-offs for no,
what?
like honest to God, like those were maybe the ones that
London
like
one
Odyssey,
wasn't too
Valhalla
bad.
were shit.
sorry.
The London one wasn't too bad.
The
It was
story
like-
or the gameplay?
The story
the,
or the
s-
game?
the story, because like it was the first time they did like a 2 character
Unity?
split. Unity was bad.
No, which
No,
one?
Unity was actually okay. It was just
Is that the London?
no,
one?
that's
Unity's
Unity's
the
the
French
French
one.
one.
Yeah,
What's
French
the
one.
London one called?
I can't remember.
But I heard
But
that
fair
one.
enough. But like their story has always notoriously been bad.
Usually, yeah.
Like it's never been like
Like
so
the-
good. Are you gonna put Assassin's Creed stories, any of the Assassin's Creed stories, on your top story,
For
like
what?
your top games of all time, like
Oh,
your top
no.
story
No, no,
games
no.
of all time?
Yeah.
No,
it's,
'cause
it's
It's
never
always
been.
been.
It's always
like,
been.
like 2 is probably the best one. 2 and 4 are probably the best ones.
and you wouldn't even put those in your top
no,
10,
no.
right? So that's why I'm saying like these games have notoriously never had good stories.
You'd never really
Game-
buy it.
Gameplay wise, though, I'm
gameplay
curious.
wise, really good. Feels
Who'd you
only-
play as?
The girl.
Naue?
Compared to
'Cause-
other Assassin's Creeds,
The
What-
only thing.
which would feel more similar to it?
Which one?
to
To
Shadows.
Shadows
The Shadows.
compared to other Assassin's Creed
It's a great
games.
question.
Depends on what mode you're playing. So there's insta kill
What?
mode on, so instant assassinations, or if you're playing the new way.
Okay, but how would you compare it to other Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, like what, like the gameplay style of the game. Which
Because
Assassin's
I've
Creed
heard
is
people
most
say
similar?
this has been the best gameplay since 4.
Which is crazy.
This is what I've heard.
Because you're
Gameplay, not story, people.
you're
Gameplay.
telling me that you're skipping like 5 other games and being like, this is
I
the
would
best one?
say it's a combination of 4 and the new gen games, or
like Valhalla.
they're still like the normal combat of the new gen
Okay.
Mhm.
Which is like
Assassin's
the
Creed, or
like,
like
the more combat-y style,
more
like
combat style, but
dodge roll.
Sorry, the
There's-
more like RPG elements.
Yeah,
the more
yeah,
RPG
yeah.
elements.
I've heard that
But-
this Assassin's Creed is more boots to the ground because it's kind of in feudal Japan, so it's not like skyscrapers you can like, or like tall buildings. So like you're very like on the ground,
On the
having to
ground,
like ninja stuff.
The tree climbing, all that stuff. The only thing that I did not like is the
When you started
parkour. The set parkour of, like you couldn't climb everything. There's some unscalable elements. It's like, no, you can't climb there.
But it
Even
just
though
doesn't make
it's a cliff.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Like you got to make
Um,
that's a good thing. Like I've been listening to a few like people talk about video games. They're like, there has to be a reason why something like you can't go somewhere. Like give me a
Yeah.
reason. Like if I'm a gamer and I can climb this cliff and then I look to the left and this one looks exactly the same, but I can't climb that one to the left
Yeah.
and there's no
Yeah.
information on why.
Yeah.
It confuses me.
It's-
You know
and it
how many
makes me
times
not
like
enjoy the
a
game.
bit of a side tangent. You know how many times that in like playing, for example, Ghost of Tsushima, I would jump to try and grab like a rock or a cliff, and like he would physically be like over the edge, but just wouldn't grab it. And
Yeah.
I'd be like, just grab the fucking rock, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And then by far the graphics in this game,
if you had
it
to
looks really good.
if you had to compare to the game you just mentioned, Ghost of Tsushima, one of our favorite like assassin games, samurai,
Probably
style
the
games
best samurai-esque ninja game that's come out in a long time.
in a long time. How would you scale it?
I would still go for Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
just
heard-
just for story wise, in particular,
Story-wise.
like if you had to scale story back, because obviously we know Ghost of Tsushima is the clear winner. Just gameplay element wise,
That's crazy.
I know. Well,
Still
it's a
Ghost
clear
of-
winner. It's not even.
It's a clear
if-
winner. It's
But
just
if you had to say gameplay wise, like what you like, Ghost.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost more.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But like it's a really decent game.
Yeah, what would
Gameplay wise.
you
gameplay.
rate it?
I would say a 7,
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
All right.
Like it's a
Pass
really
score.
decent game, but it's not the win Ubisoft needs to
Get
beat
the
the
general favor?
allegations. Beat the allegations.
Beat the allegations.
That's crazy to say.
So just for context too, like there has been no sales numbers released.
Yeah,
It's just
no-
player count.
Yeah.
And so far they're saying there's 1 million people playing this
Yeah.
game.
In
That
24
That doesn't
hours,
mean
there's a million.
that doesn't mean they sold 1 million copies.
No.
It's just 1 million people playing because
Yeah.
there's also Ubisoft.
You play.
You play,
you
some.
play all that
Yeah.
stuff, which is going to be very interesting to see how they like. Now that we're moving to this like model where a lot of games are being released first day on like streaming, like you see
Mhm.
Game Pass and everything.
Mhm.
How do you scale that for like
Streaming,
sales
I think,
wise?
honestly, I think the streaming the sub play
Mm-hmm.
for these games are hurting these companies.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
To be
Yeah,
honest,
yeah,
it
yeah.
does hurt the developers more.
huge-
Yeah.
yeah.
Because
Which is why I've said from the get go, the minute like Xbox Game Pass was like, we're putting our games our
First day.
first day.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you gonna see that money?
because
There's
we've
how.
seen devs get hurt when
What was that game that Square put out that was kind of like Borderlands? No,
Final
no, no.
Fantasy.
That was like
No.
Chrono
Borderlands?
thing.
Out something.
Outriders.
Outriders.
Yeah.
Outriders.
Outriders. So when they released that, Xbox was like day one Game Pass, right? After their first quarter sales, they went to the devs. The devs were expecting
A bonus.
from their sales. And this was also like they thought based off Game Pass downloads they would have gotten it.
No.
They did not. Square told them outright, you never hit.
Yeah.
They were
You
like,
never
what about
hit
the
it.
Game Pass money or the Game Pass? They were like, that doesn't count.
You can't scale that. How do you scale that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you can't. And this is
And
why
this is at a point where Xbox was like, we're about the game devs, but they weren't.
this is
They were
where-
literally about, hey, we just want,
we just
Square
want
Enix,
the money.
we want your game on us. We'll give you the money. They didn't give two shits about the developers at that point.
Yeah.
I'm
They were
See-
so concerned about beating Sony's subscription and just being and like matching up with what Steam is doing.
yeah.
That what they said their whole principle about we're giving back to the game devs. It's going to be about them. They
Yeah.
botched
This is
it.
where
Yeah.
this is where I think Sony and Nintendo. Well, Nintendo's kind of weird with their stuff, but like with Sony's model, where
Take that
basically
back.
they 100% are. It's retarded how. Sorry to use that word, but it is stupid how they model their games. It's like why can I not buy older model games for
Yeah.
your console? Just stupid.
Yeah.
But with Sony's model, where they have their first day releases, they have them up for maybe a year, then they drop them by like half price, right? And
Yeah.
then the next year they're free for their subs. That's
I mean,
that's
look
smart.
at Dragon Age.
That's smart because
Not just free for the subs, but they also put it on PC after a couple years.
put it on PC after.
So
So this
people are
is-
like, "Oh, then it's not exclusive." Unfortunately, it is still exclusive. You're all just playing it now after
you're just
we've all
playing it
played
now.
it.
Not, and
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
even just that. The thing is, it's so smart because by the time they're playing it, guess what's in the makes the next one? Ghost of
Yeah.
Tsushima, for example, just released like
But they-
last year
but
on
my thing
on,
though is
PC.
Sony also knows how to market the shit out of their games.
Market the
Yeah.
hell. Their
Yeah.
marketing is phenomenal. They are absolutely murdering it out there, just slaughtering their competition.
Yeah.
Look at Ghost
Yeah,
of
I
Tsushima
think-
just came out last year.
Yeah, I think that's
Ghost
how
of
I
Yote just
played it.
announced last year.
Yeah.
Genius. That's absolutely genius because now if somebody loved Ghost of Tsushima so much, they might just go out and buy a PS5. They
Or
might
buy it on
what just
Steam.
held it. Well, the thing is, it's not going to release for 2 years. Do you want to wait?
what?
Ghost of Yote isn't coming out first day
Oh, I
on
thought you
Steam.
meant Tsushima.
No, what I'm saying is those people who have now bought it on Steam,
Yeah.
right? Or and have played it.
I feel like what you're gonna say is literally what I've done.
Yeah, it's you played it on PC, said, "Oh, this is so good. I need Ghosts of Yote. Now I'm going to buy a PS5 and play Ghosts of Yote."
Literally
Bang.
what I did.
Hardware sale.
Yeah, literally what I did.
Genius.
I told myself this year I'd either cave
And
from
Microsoft said, "Hold on. I'm going to spend $14 billion on all these devs, and I'm not going to release a single game."
Yeah.
At all.
I told myself I'd either cave for Monster Hunter or Ghost, and I knew it was one of the two.
Yeah.
And because I knew when I beat Ghost the second time, and then the sequel had been announced, I'm like, I have to play it day one. I have to play it day one because I know if I wait a year, I'll know the story.
Yeah.
And I'll be fucked. And
Exactly.
I'm like, I have to.
Because you texted me this week and you said, "Just got God of War Ragnarok." I'm like, it ain't going to be the same, big dog. It ain't going to be the same.
No, but I have heard it's still like it's.
Oh, it's a phenomenal game.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong.
in
But-
you even said like playing it, there's a different feeling.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
playing it there is a different feeling when you're playing it. But at the same time, like I see where you're coming from. You're gonna want to play the next one day one.
Day
right?
one.
You can't hold back now.
No,
You're in,
no, yeah, oh yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's
So like,
genius
and that's
marketing.
like that's literally what you said. Like that's the perfect marketing. Like that is the
That's the model that
to,
everyone should
to
go
a
for.
T.
Go
That
for.
is like Sony's like we got him
Exactly.
literally, and
No.
and like hey, I'll be like you did because just of how great that
Think
like I need to play day
When
one.
did the PS5 Pro? When did that release?
November 7th, 2024.
November 7th, 2024. So we are now at.
If
the-
I'm not
wait, was it
mistaken.
2024?
Yeah.
Damn. I thought it was.
Only
I
been,
thought it was
like, 4
earlier in the year.
months.
Okay, so we're now past the midlife cycle. We're going to be getting our next gen consoles like in what 3-ish years, I believe.
Yeah,
It's kind of the
3,
timeline.
4,
It's
yeah.
4. It's usually 4 for mid, 4 for next gen, right? So like 8 years total,
Yeah.
roughly.
I think it's gonna be sooner than that.
Yeah, you think it's going to be? I think
There
it's
hasn't
going.
been that many games, and
Yeah.
if just from like if
This
you
is
look
where-
at it historically, the odd numbered PlayStations don't usually last that long.
Fair enough.
PS2 lasted almost 10 years. PS4 lasted pretty close to 10 years. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
the thing is like the next gen is going to be coming up so fast. Like we might get it in 2 years, to be completely honest. You are right. At this point, I do feel like even though I'm playing on a PS5, it is like I'm wanting faster speeds. I'm waiting. Like even I don't want to get a pro because it's a little bit faster.
Yeah.
But I need the next gen. I need the when it comes out, when it launches, I'm getting it day one, right?
I think if I see like a significant nosedive in the price of Assassin's Creed, I might buy it.
Yeah.
And just
I'm gonna wait for a sale.
yeah, that's like
Yeah.
if I see
Summer
it for like
sale.
30,
Steam
40
summer
bucks,
sale.
I might be like,
Well,
sure.
We've been going for way too long. Way too long. So we thank you if you have made it to this extra long episode of the PodSack podcast. We
Yes,
love
sir.
you, Sack Squad.
Yeah,
Of course.
and we don't hate Assassin's Creed. It's just the fact that I think we all just hate the fact that they've been kind of shitty.
Yeah, oh yeah. No,
And-
that's it.
And like we see the potential, like especially this one, the fact
really
that
had to just-
Ubisoft waited so long to make
Just had
one.
to segue this, hey?
I'm
You
sorry,
just
I
had
just-
to segue this outro, huh? Yeah, just had to segue this outro just right out of me,
Just
huh?
to piss you off.
You son
Look,
of a
it's
bitch.
all about Andre, okay?
I know.
He's got his own YouTube channel.
I
He's got his
know.
whole business
I
going.
know.
Like it's all about him right now. This is the Andre.
That's crazy.
You want more
This is
of
the-
Andre?
This is the Andre. Andre, slap in your YouTube channel,
yeah,
bro.
just link
That's
it right
great.
now. Just link it. You know
Oh,
what? Instead,
You know
hold on.
what? No, what? Let me cut in. I'm starting a TikTok channel. Follow me.
Sack Squad,
crazy.
don't like and comment on this episode. I want you to go to Andre's most recent video and like, comment, and subscribe on
And
that.
I'm
page.
gonna
subscribe to
Because
my TikTok.
I'm just gonna plaster it all over the screen.
Stupid. Okay, but thank you guys for watching this episode of Stupidity.
Yes,
Please,
sir.
of course, like, comment, subscribe down below. Let us know your thoughts on Assassin's Creed Shadows solo leveling.
We have a lot of
Sakamoto
animes
Days,
coming down
anything.
the pipe.
Oh yeah, and we also guess what, boys? Crunchyroll Awards.
And I'm sorry about
Oh, that's
Cooper's
right.
stupidity. Let's
We're
go.
getting more, and we're getting a bunch of trailers tonight, so we'll probably talk about those next week.
Yep.
We'll see what happens. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Later.